Hey, what's up, the internet? This is April here doing a brief walkthrough of the BMW 2 Series Active Tourer. This particular model is the 220i, which comes packaged with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, which gives you 140 plus minus 140 kilowatts of power, which to those of you that care means the car can go really fast. To the rest of us, it means you can get from where you want to go, get from where you are to where you want to go with no effort at all. Being a BMW, it's obviously keyless. Check that. And you can also lock it as well by touching this bit over here. Awesome. But let's get inside. So the BMW 2 Series Active Tourer is BMW's take on an MPV vehicle, designed mainly to challenge Mercedes-Benz's B-Class. As an MPV, it's probably not the most successful car, not because it's a bad car in itself, just as it's as an MPV, probably not the best example of the type of car. It's spacious enough, but a lot of its competitors just have it beat. I mean, if you really are in the market for an MPV, I would rather suggest getting something French, something from Renault or Citroën. They're just the masters of that kind of car. But if you have your heart set on a luxury MPV, it's not a bad choice. Just be aware that the Mercedes-Benz probably has it beat as just in terms of functionality and physical space. But let's talk about what it's like being in the driver's seat. Yeah, it's a BMW, so yeah, it's incredibly comfortable. This particular model comes with beige seats, probably a bad choice if you're buying it as a family car, but there you go. Let's talk about the center column here for a second. Typical BMW fashion, you've got the iDrive system here, which works as well as can be expected. If we just activate the electronics with the one-touch start button here, and everything lights up. You can see that, this is obvious. I think most people know this. You can activate the main screen with movements of this joystick here. And you can get to all the functions that you need as you need them. The usual shortcut buttons, as you can see, radio, media, menu, all of that kind of good stuff. So, it's well placed within easy reach. Probably makes more sense for a passenger to use them. But yeah, it's there and you can navigate it. I'm still not a fan of this type of interface for in-car use, as I think it still detracts a bit too much, and I prefer hard key buttons for all my functions. But yeah, BMW does a good job of accommodating me in that sense with this row of keys here. In most other cars, those buttons would just be your radio presets, and yeah, they actually are. You can see those are all the various radio stations set up. But what I like about BMW, something they do that I don't think anybody else does, is that you can actually preset those buttons to really any function you like in the car. So you can set a button to take you home. You can have that set to your home address. Push a touch of a button and it'll lead you home. In this particular case, I've got the number 8 set up for the heads-up display and the number 7 set up for USB audio. Just talking about USB audio, they've also put the USB in a very convenient place in this recess here under the armrest. So when you plug any device in there, it actually has a nice place for it to rest and it doesn't get in the way, which happens in so many other cars. But yeah, as I said, you can set up those buttons to any position that works for you, any function rather that works for you. One of the things I've done is that because of the awkwardness of using the iDrive system to navigate where you want, it can sometimes be awkward getting the exact thing that you need. So for instance, let me just show you this for a second. If I go to menu and I take it to vehicle settings, if I want to adjust the heads-up display, I've actually got to go into that. And if I'm driving, it can take a while to actually get to that. But what I've done is I've set the heads-up display to the number 8 button. And if I push it there, you'll see the heads-up display unit pops right up out of the dash in front, which is very cool and very James Bond and all that. I don't know if you can actually see the display on there. But one of the, this is an odd decision I feel for BMW to use with having a pop-up heads-up display. Heads-up display works much better when it's actually against the windshield of the car, which is why I have this button set here to get it out of the way when I don't need it. I only really ever popped it up to use the navigation. But other than that, the BMW 220 Active Tourer is a very comfortable car. You can't go wrong with it. If you must have a BMW and you have a big family, it's not a bad choice. A better choice would probably be an X5, but yeah, this one will do if you have to have it. Pricing starts at the 218, which starts at about 378,000 rand. Once you start adding stuff like this beautiful sunroof and electric seats and all the collision detection and all of those kinds of safety things, you can easily push the price up to over 500,000. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.